health freak, but nope. Nope. Not for me. Alright, let's go. Holla ballers and a bro fist to you all, because it is Friday. We have made it. We've done it. We've got through the week. It's finished. It's done with. Don't give a shit. Don't care. We finished off Friday with completing Sleeping Dogs, a game I highly recommend. It is amazing. Such great fun if you like any Grand Theft Auto games. And we got about 25 hours of campaign out of that. 25 hours. Pretty good, pretty good. But that's not why you're here, because it's Friday. And Friday means only one thing. And I'm going to jump right into it. And for the reason is, I have 2 dogs in my house. We're looking after another dog. And those guys want to go for a walk. They want to go running through fields and being frolicky and fabulous and all those wonderful things. And probably dive in a swamp. So we're going to get on with it. We're going to get straight on with it. I have selected 3 stories for today. As much as I love to go with a theme, the theme today will be E-Relationships. Yeah. E-Lationships. But we're not going to kick off with that. We're going to kick off with what I like to call them classic douchebag stories. That story where you are a complete git. And it's kind of funny when you look back on it. It's kind of funny when you look back on it when you're a complete and total, you know, one of those. So both of our stories have plenty of characters to be getting involved with. This one, however, doesn't. So we're going to get warmed up. It's going to warm us up. It's going to get the fire burning for our drama stories. It's just a story about revenge on a crazy ninja bitch. Now, when you're going to go ahead and title a story, The Revenge on a Crazy Ninja Bitch, we can kind of get a feel for what's going to happen in this story, right? We've got a crazy ninja bitch going to do some ninjaing. If you're going to let a crazy ninja bitch into your raid, she's going to do some ninjaing. You're going to be having a bad time, especially if you are a self-confessed loot whore, such as our author today. Let me just set the tone with his opening line. I need to start by saying I am an asshole. Now, I want that to sink in as the opening gambit of a tale. I need to start the story. Everybody needs to be up to speed now that this guy is an asshole. But only, he says, to people who deserve it. People who deserve it. I have got many stories of my assholery, but I chose to let you know my latest one. The intro to the story started a few days after the TOT came out, where my guild fell apart and I moved servers. I ended up on Silvermoon, playing as a female Night Elf Resto Druid. Doing it right, okay? Female Night Elf Resto Druid, right there with you. I want one myself. I joined a guild who also just moved servers, but only to find out that half of them had moved, and the rest stayed on their old server. We got a team together, but had to gear them up first, so we did a few Mogulshan Vaults runs where I was doing 70k HPS on Elegon, and topping the meters on other fights, where the other healers were doing 20k. Brackets, get shit on monks and paladins. Close brackets. We had the same gear, they were just shit. One day the GM promoted me to an officer, and after 2 weeks of me joining, needless to say, I knew where this was going and I left the guild. I love that. Hey, it's been 2 weeks. I think you should be an officer. Bye. Oh really? Is that what you think? Fuck you and your crappy guild. I'm out of here. If you're making me an officer after 2 weeks, fuck your couch. I'm going home. I ain't dealing with this because you clearly fucking suck. That guy was like, you know what? This guy's really good. I'm going to promote him. Poof, has left the guild. Did I just kick this guy? What the hell just happened? Did I just have sex? What the fuck? I tried to promote you. What? I'll re-invite. I'll re-invite. Denied? Oh my god. This has all gone badly. This has all gone badly. So this is where our story starts. I saw a TOT run, 9 out of 10 guild run, needing a healer, and I joined them. I knew all the fights and had all the right gear, but still needed a few upgrades. We downed 4 bosses easily, but on the 5th boss, Megara, a healing trinket dropped, which isn't the best for Resto Druids, but it was an upgrade. So I rolled. A paladin also rolled, who had a blue trinket, but lost the roll to me. At this point, the raid leader, who was named... Come on, let's have somebody. Let's have Dargman. Dargman. See the way I catch you out like that? Boom, done. The raid leader, who was named Dargman, also rolled and won it. I inspected Dargman right away, only to find she had better gear already. Something's afoot. Furthermore, Sherlock Holmes, she had the paladin as her target and vice versa. I smelled trickery, inspected the paladin, only to find out that suddenly the paladin had the trinket. Not being shy, I went to the team speak. Hey, are you guys going to roll for each other for the rest of this raid? The paladin said, how would a paladin sound? It's a lion side, so it's kind of manly. If only we were Horde. If only we were Horde and we were a Blood Elf paladin. I bought the trinket from her, good sir. I replied, right. But then Darkman booted in. Hey, you didn't get it for free. I said, so it's okay to roll for any item and then sell it to other people? Anyway, go fuck yourself. And I left the raid. I Hearthstone and left both TeamSpeak and the raid. After a few seconds, an officer whispers me saying, I'm sorry, and that he didn't know what Dargman did and he will have a talk with her later. I told him they shouldn't treat people who help them progress like that, as it gives them a bad name. At this moment, I was kind of annoyed, partly because I can't stand being treated unfairly, and mainly because I am a loot whore. Smiley face. Yeah, he took my loot. He said, well, on behalf of the guild, I'm sorry. Why don't you join us since you have no guild? And you would get loot like the rest of us. Does that mean that you have to buy it? Does that mean that you have to buy it? That's a good guild. I thought about it for a second and it seemed like the right chance to pay that bitch right back. Okay? Revenge. I told him, I don't care about the loot. I lied. No, you said honest guy, Big Daddy. You walked into the trap. Hey, I don't care about the loot. Bullshit. I don't care about the loot. I lied. But I don't mind joining you as long as you don't treat anyone else like this. I shall be your moral facilitator, your PR, if you will. Part 1 of the plan to make them think I am an upstanding citizen. He said, sure thing. I got into the guild and over the next few months, bear in mind, this was just over a healer trinket and Megara normal. Over the next few months, I was very nice to that psycho, crazy bitch in order to get close to her. She was also the guild master of the guild. She was a 34 single mother with a 14-year-old son who she often fights with during our raids. Probably annoying her while she's raiding. Kids, fuck off, I'm raiding. This isn't the 50s. I'm raiding. Shut up. God, I can't wait till my son gets a leash that I can tie him to the wall somewhere far away from here. We ended up chatting often on Skype where she was telling me about her life, etc. After a while, she offered me to be the class leader in the guild since I'm into my math in WoW and haven't missed a single raid since I joined them. I told her, no, I don't want to be the class leader, since people would see her playing favourites, and that would cause issues for her. See the way he's playing on her emotions, yeah? It's all about her, not about him. All about her. Now this means that I was earning her trust, so part 2 of the plan is achieved. The reason I declined is simple. I happen to know some things about females. Oh god, this is going to go wrong. One of them is that if you tell them no to something, they want it even more. Reverse psychology, baby. Ladies, that is what we, apparently, as men, believe in you. That's not true. Look at all the girls. Go fuck yourself. The girls ain't happy. Treat them mean to keep them keen. Oh, definitely. The other members of the guild have noticed that we were getting close. Therefore, it was time to start part 3 of my plan. I picked the youngest, most talkative person in the guild and paid him 5,000 gold to spread a rumour that Dargman was sleeping with her son, and that's why they fight a lot. Healing trinket normal mode Megara. healing trinket, normal mode Megara. Months ago. Months ago. Worth it! Oh! Worth it! Totally worth it! The rumour spread like wildfire in the guild, and even the server. She was very upset, really. I can't imagine why. And couldn't keep her shit together in raids. Kept on raiding, though. Keep on trucking, girl. Accused of incest with your own son. Still got a raid, though, right? Still got a raid to go to. Still got a raid. No, this hasn't gone too far. Still got a raid to go to. I'm the guild master. Can't abandon that responsibility. No, no, sir. No, sir. No, sir. You motherfucker. I told her on Skype to take a few weeks off WoW. Clear your head. Everyone would forget about that rumour. I'm sure they will. She asked me if I could look after the guild while she's away. I told her I don't want to, but I would do it, if only to help her. And that's when something I couldn't have hoped for happened. I was given the guild master role until she came back. I waited 24 hours, and then I kicked every single officer out of the guild, kicked all the raiders, made a macro and started to invite people to the guild. Yes, I instantly turned the guild into a cesspool guild. Justice and revenge has prevailed. I passed the guild into my alt, and it's now a good source of income for me. Normal mode Megara. Trinket. Lost the role. Lost the role. Lost the role. Dagman logged in only to find herself guildless. She told me to come on Skype. So I did. She said, what the fuck happened to the guild? Me. That's what happens when you ninja from me, you crazy ass bitch. She's the crazy one. This is what happens because you're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. That's why. That's why. That's why. It's because you're crazy. At this moment, I turned the volume down on Skype and started to listen to music. What was that song from Clockwork Orange? So I have no idea what she said after that. Very happy to have finally paid back that crazy bitch, and I'm glad I ghosted the guild from her, since it's good money. I hope you enjoyed my story. We did! We did! However, the crazy bitch appears, from what we can tell from your story, from what we can tell from your words that you wrote, got given a trinket by a friend when you were a pug. Now, let's all swings and roundabouts. It's all good until someone goes psycho, right? You maybe want to tone it down a little bit next time. Maybe want to tone it down just a little bit. Not saying a lot, just a little bit, maybe, just saying. And that is the intro to Drama Friday. That's what Drama Friday is all about. Yeah, them pugs, them filthy pugs will come and get you. Ah. As we did finish on a Cesspool Guild, our second story is called The Cesspool Guild Espionage. Espionage. Right, we've got some characters. We've got a brother. Ronaldo. We have a guild master. We have two guilds. Ooh, two guild names. Suggest them. Suggest two guild names. And guild master, paladin tank. Ooh, GM number 2. Okay, so the brother shall be... I'm a guild. Incinder. Yeah, Incinder can be in. Incinder can be the brother. The brother's bound to be a good guy. It's always the case. The brother is always a nice guy. Guildmaster number 1 shall be Edmure. Yeah, we'll have Edmure. And Malcorps. Yeah, Malcorps. Love it. Malcorps. I think our guild should be... No one's suggesting guilds. We're just seeing a lot of me's. Just seeing a lot of me's. Guild 1 shall be Stark Industries. And Guild 2 shall be Wayne Enterprises. Yeah! Alright, let's go! Let us go. Chapter 1 in the beginning. When I was at the wonderful age of 14. God fucking damn it, what a start. Oh, man. 14. I was listening to my brother talk about this amazing game that he'd been playing for a few months. It was called WoW, and it sounded amazing. He spoke of Dargans, Murlocs, Warriors, and just all around awesome sauce. I decided to check it out. I watched my brother play for a few hours and was amazed at what I saw. He was a male Night Elf Druid. I think he was raiding Ice Crown Citadel, Wrath of the Bastard Lich King. 14, Wrath of the Lich King. I feel for you, man. For real. I mean, I don't like to get too serious on the drama day. 14 and Wrath of the Lich King, that's rough. That's rough on anybody. That's a tough start. It's ghetto. It's what it is. It's pretty ghetto. It's pretty ghetto. I just had to play this game. I convinced my mother to buy it for me for my birthday. Then I got a bullshit laptop from my now estranged father. Is that why he's estranged? What is this? You're calling this a laptop? This is not a laptop. This is a netbook. This is definitely not a laptop. I may be 14. I know the difference between a laptop and a netbook. I'm just saying, because it has keyboard and folds, it's not a laptop. Just got to put that out there. Just got to put that out there. Who at the time was a computer support guy, so he got a bunch of free shit. At least he gave me something. Aww. Aww. What's sadder? Father leaves, starting with Wrath of the Lich King, you know? Father's left, started with Wrath of the Lich King. I don't know, man. Tough start, tough breaks, tough Wrath. Wrath, definitely. I downloaded the game and stared at the character select screen in confusion. After deliberation that took me near an hour, my brother came into my room and told me that I was on the wrong realm anyway. Doing it right. Sat here like this, in pondering. Well, I could roll a warrior. I could be a paladin. You're on the wrong realm. Oh. I was doing so well. After a short while, I decided a male Draenei Arms warrior. Took you an hour to come up with a male Draenei Arms warrior. Took you an hour, and that's what you landed on. That's what you landed on. An hour. The game wasn't too hard to pick up in terms of fundamentals, so I managed to level fairly quickly. Kata launched. I was still not level cap. I leveled fairly quickly. Kata came out, still not capped. However, a few weeks after I managed to cap my character, a few weeks. Average Kata leveling time, 48 hours. At a steady pace, 12 hours if you're doing it right. I know I did it in about maybe 8 or something. 8 hours. Took me a few weeks, but I finally capped in Kata. My brother asked me if I wanted to join his guild that he was the co-GM of. So without a second thought, I joined Stark Industries. The guild master of Stark was a Worgen druid in his 20s named Ed Muir. My brother informed me that they were going to begin raiding soon. Oh man. I'm going to start raiding. Hey, join us, because we're going to start raiding soon. Serious, definitely. And that I should prepare myself by gearing up in heroics and gathering reputation and valor gear. I did that quickly enough and read up on some of the fights that we're going to do. In addition to that, he directed me to icyveins.com and told me to read up on talents, gemming and reforging rotation. Your brother's a fucking noob. Your brother's a fucking noob. Who was the brother? Who was it? In Cinder! Chapter 2. Some dude in a pug changes everything. A few weeks passed and I began to lose faith in whether the guild would end up raiding at all. Looking back at the "we will begin raiding soon" thing, it was only a ploy to lure unsuspecting victims into their greedy little paws. Damn it, I thought to myself. I am going to raid if it is my dying breath. I was going to experience that kick-ass sexiness that I saw on my brother's screen all those months ago. I decided to join a Blackwing Descent run, hosted by another guild later that night. They linked their event info and I hopped on. The run went fairly well. I think we got 5 out of 6 before we decided to call it a night. In the end, I got the two-handed mace off Magmar. The worm something? And a strength trinket off Trash. After the raid was done, the main tank named Malcorps asked me something over Vent. You seem like a nice enough guy, he said. So why the fuck are you in Stark Industries? I was confused. I responded by asking if there was something wrong with Stark Industries. He told me that Stark were notorious for recruiting a large amount of low-level characters specifically for the cash flow perk, and when they capped, they would have to pay a fine of a shitload of raw materials as well as gold in order to stay. As Edmure knew that once they capped, he wouldn't be making as much cash money because they weren't killing as many mobs. That is the best fucking reason to rip people off I have ever heard in my life. That is awesome. Oh, you've capped. That's a fine. You're going to get a fine now because you capped. There's a punishment. You owe me money for capping your character. You owe me money. I'm just saying, you owe me money. Everyone loves the idea. Everyone loves it. Malcorps also told me about how he used to be the raid leader of Stark Industries back in early Wrath. Until Edmure initiated a coup that overthrew the guild and had him kicked along with some other members and dedicated raiders. This sickened me. My brother in Cinder was the co-GM of this guild. But that means it must have meant that my brother was also a greedy douchebag. I wouldn't stand for this. I knew that justice must be served. Malcorps said that I could join his guild, Wayne Enterprises, if I did something small for him. Something small, I asked. He wanted me to get revenge for what had been done. In exchange, he said that my tainted blood would be forgiven. Happy, as I had just told him that I was the brother of Incinder. Oh, right, I see, that's kind of cool. I like it. Malcorps wanted me to take down the entirety of Stark Industries. He told me his plan. It was very simple. He wanted me to earn Edmure's trust. And then bleed him dry by taking all of his gold that he had worked so hard to achieve. In order to do this, I knew that it couldn't be done from my position alone. I would need to seduce Edmure by taking on a female alter ego. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I convinced one of my friends to play WoW with me, on the condition that he leveled a character on my account, and that it had to be female. He asked if he could transfer the character to his own account when he capped. I said yes. Once he capped, I changed the account information and password and stopped responding to his incessant text messages. Do you ever feel like sometimes people who submit the drama stories have maybe got a few problems? You know, every now and again I sit back and kind of relax, and then I think to myself, a lot of you guys are really goofed up. A lot of you guys are really goofed up. A little bit. Ghosted. We're going to call you guys the Ghost Fan Club. That's right. Ghost Fan Club. Oh, stop texting me. Get over it. I've taken it back. The character was a female human mage, decked out in some shitty leveling greens and blues. I whispered Edmure, asking me if I could join his guild. Immediately, I got an invite, but he saw that I was capped. So I'd have to pay the fine. Because you got to pay the toll. You want to join the guild. You got to join a guild like ours. You got to pay the toll. It's important, man. There's a fine, motherfucker. I bought every stack of Cinderbloom and Obsidian ore off the auction house and sold it for twice what I bought it for in trade chat. This made me some serious swag cash money. The fine was 1,000 gold, and I had made around 4,000 from my shenanigans on the auction house. I waited for the Cinderbloom and Obsidian ore to get undercut to a very low price in the auction house, and bought the required amount for around 700 gold. 2,000 gold to get in the guild. That's your fine. I paid the fine, and he promoted me to member rank. Oh, you get the member rank. Oh, guys. He also gets member rank. So it's not like it's a bad thing. Do you understand? It's not like you just get to stay in the guild. You get member rank. Right? So I just want everyone to be clear that yes, there is a fine, but you get member rank. So it's kind of a big fucking deal, right? Because no one wants to be the scrub leveling. Get a load of these guys. Now it's time for Phase 2. Chapter 3, Phase 2. One unsuspecting afternoon I was online, and I asked Edmure if he would like to run a heroic dungeon with me. He agreed and we queued up. We got into ZG Heroic. For the entire run, I was whispering Edmure with things like, "Your tanking is so amazing. Wink!" And I wish I could play as well as you. Wink! After a few more heroics, I had him under my thumb. He asked if he could have my email address so we could stay in contact outside of WoW. He also wanted my Skype. Immediately, I created a fake email and a fake Skype and gave him the information. A few weeks later, after my flirtation had gotten me promoted to officer rank. I'll have you know that I'm an officer. Officer rank. He had a surprising request. He wanted pictures of my breasts. I was struck with a dilemma. I don't have any breasts. I wish to see your breasts. This creates a problem. I don't have any breasts. Google, where am I going to find breasts on the internet? Not in the UK, Cameron. Not in the UK. How's this guy going to ghost people, Cameron? Huh? Can't even get breasts on the internet no more. Joker. But after a minute or two, I just Google image searched breasts and sent him the first result. Oh, you know it was a funny one as well, with a breast up here, a breast down there, and all that kind of shit. You Google, I would have Googled funny breasts and got me one with like one giant areola and one little one there, and it's fucking up here and down there, all that kind of shit. I would have gone with one of those. That's what I want. That's what I want. Not there's anything wrong with that. Got it. He was quite pleased. He also wanted to have a video chat with me. At this point, I was out of options. Or was I? Or was I? I convinced my sister to get on the video chat with him. In exchange, I had to do her chores for 2 months. I could say something about your sister trading that experience for potential value, but I kind of feel like it's offensive and I don't want to offend you. So I'm not going to say it. But the suggestion is there. Okay? Just saying. I told her to tell him that she wouldn't take off her clothes or show her face unless he won at a drinking game. I filled an empty bottle of tequila up with water and gave her some shotty glasses. After a few rounds, Edmure was shit-faced. I told her to ask him what his account info and password were as a show of trust. He asked her to take her clothes off first. I was stuck with another dilemma. I told her to shut off the video chat and then email him saying that my webcam was having technical issues. He was drunk, he kind of believed it. But that I still wanted his account info. My sister left my room and I told her not to tell my brother anything about this. She agreed if I did the chores for 3 months instead of 2. Reluctantly, I said, okay. Oh, fine. I had what I wanted. I immediately logged into Edmure's account and went straight for the guild bank. I withdrew every penny I could and mailed it straight to my warrior. Then I mailed all of Edmure's personal gold as well. I then kicked every member of Stark Industries, including my brother. I sent an in-game mail to him saying that I was done with WoW and I'm taking everything with me. I logged out and created a character in his realm named Revenge Hurts. The next day I logged back into my Draenei and mailed half the gold to Malcorps and kept half for myself. I detailed to him what had transpired the night before. He was very pleased and gave me an invite to Wayne Enterprises. Sounds a lot like Vanish. Is this the actual Stark Industries? Is this the actual one? Is it? Is it the actual Stark Industries? Chapter 4, Revelations. I raided with Wayne Enterprises for a while. However, we didn't have a full raid team and had to recruit some pugs to fill spots. You did all that. You finally won your right to join Wayne Enterprises. Don't even have a raid group. You got double ghosted, son. It's the inverse reverse ghosted. You went through all that shit. And Smuggy Malcorps was like, you can't even raid with us anyway, you dipshit. Ha! Teach you to be a little kid. Oh, Malcorps just made a shitload of gold. Still can't even raid. Still can't. Yeah, come and join now. When do we raid? We don't. We haven't got enough people. We had to recruit some pugs. It was still a jolly good time. One day I noticed something strange. There was an oddly large number of low-level guildies. And more were being recruited each day. I asked Malcorps what this was about. He replied, oh, It's for the revenue. My face hit the desk in shame. I had dethroned one tyrant only to put another one into power. Triple ghosted! Triple ghosted! What's worse than getting ghosted? Double ghosted. What's worse than that? Triple ghosted! You got triple ghosted, son! Malcorp's doing it right. The fucking mastermind. You are like Dr. Claw, Malcorp's. Respect. After that, I just quit WoW for a while. I later came back from Mr. Pandaria, but I've since quit again to focus on my semi-professional League of Legends career. Baller. Professional sport. I still watch your WoW videos simply because they're entertaining. Good luck to you and all your wonderful viewers, and have a nice day. Yay! Triple ghosted! The trifecta of pain. Awesome. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. What time are we on? We're doing well. Oh, I'm owning tonight. I'm owning. I'm on fire. Right, we've got characters. I don't know what they are. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's it. Now, I don't know what they are. I don't know how they play a role. So don't rage if you happen to be a dick in the story. It's not really you. Alright, Cunningham, you're in. Cunningham. Let's have Reinhelm. Reinhelm. Tubster. Holmesy. And Aladria. Done. Boom. Done. Done. That's it. We're done. Onwards. This one's called 226 miles, 1 guild, 2 heartaches. My. Lubricate that throat. Chapter 1. Knacks and pugs again. A stupid man's tale. A lot of Wrath of the Lich King tonight. Hello, preacher, me old China. I would first like to introduce myself. I am somebody, a new fan of yours from Sussex. Sussex, the home of the sex. Not really. Welcome to you, sir. Nice to meet you. I have been playing WoW since it was a ripe old age of 1. I have bounced between many a guild, and today I would like to invite you and your audience into an epic tale of 226 miles, 1 guild, and 2 heartaches. Please note this story isn't a drama-filled adrenaline car chase you're used to, but a love story which was created inside the universe of World of Warcraft. Everybody got your Twilight hats on? I don't think it works out well for Bella, because there's 2 heartaches. This tale begins in wrath. Got my pillow. Got my pillow. Come on, Kristen. Smile for me. Thanks, Kristen. This tale begins in wrath. I was and still am a noble warrior by the name of Cunningham. I had been pugging Trial of the Crusader. Oh, man. With a few friends whenever I was able to, and had collected quite a handsome pile of gear and experience. One cold winter's evening, I found myself relaxing in Dalaran's sewers and PvPing with a few pals. Fax! There's a fax coming through. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, man. We're going to go fast. We're going to go fast. We're going fast. I hope this doesn't ruin the story. I apologise if it does. One cold winter's eve, I was in the Dalaran sewers, and then suddenly a dwarf priest, which turned out to be an alcoholic, wandered around the corner. His name was Reinhelm, the alcoholic, and he had been spamming in /trade that he wanted to finish the daily heroic quest. He noticed I was a sexy tank and asked me directly if I would help. I said yes. We completed the daily with a few of his guildies, and that was that. But the next day he whispered me and asked if I would help him again. I said sure. Side note. Remember, when you actually needed friends and couldn't be a complete arsehole to everybody? In fact, you may have needed friends, but you could still be a complete arsehole to everybody. That's just science. This went on for several weeks on and off until one day I was without a guild. He told me that he was in fact a GM of a guild. who had cleared Nax and Ulduar and were 4 out of 5 trial of the Grand Crusader, and were looking for a new tank for the upcoming patch and the raid it brought with it. I am, of course, talking about ICC. I said yes, because why the fuck not? So there I was, a young sexy adult in a sexy young guild. The members of the guild seemed to be all 25 plus, but no older than 40. This was good for me because I can't stand the bullshit that younger raiders normally bring to the table. The guild had great banter and the raids were awesome. The best experience of my raiding career thus far, and I raided Black Temple when it was legit. That trash before Mother Sharaz still keeps me up at night. It's because you're a bad tank. Enough said. Me and Erebus schooled that fucking dungeon. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. There are still a few people from that guild I chat to and still game with one of them. That's good news. Love to hear that. Being a hardcore nerd, I was always on WoW after college. I loved it. I would do anything for my WoW and my WoW fix, and in between raiding, as we all know, I had a lot of time to kill. So I started farming reputations in order to waste time, hang out on Vent and have a good laugh with my online community. It was while grinding out Keepers of Time rep that the real story begins. A young female Draenei called Tubster. Oh, the girl's called Tubby? Damn it. Alright, we're going. A young female Draenei called Tubster whispered me and asked, "What are you doing in the Black Morass?" She's a guildie. I replied that I was grinding rep in order to just kill time. The female Draenei replied, "Oh, cool. Can I come?" Now comes the part in this story where I wish I wasn't thinking with my balls and penis, and told her that I was quite happy to grind on my own. Sadly, I did in fact invite her into the group, even without replying, as I needed a healer and grinding on my own took longer than expected. That penis, it betrays you. She zoned into Black Morass and told me in group chat to go and move myself into a separate channel on Ventrilo. I said sure, why not? I expected this female to be a dude, Earl. However, I was greeted by one of the most beautiful voices I have ever laid my tiny 18-year-old ears on. Instantaneous boner. Being the smooth criminal that I am, I pretended to be... being the smooth criminal I pretended to be on the internet. Oh, well, I'll have you know I own a mansion and a boat. I replied, and us both had a good evening session of rep grinding. That's what they're calling it these days, huh? Oh, yeah. This kept on going for a few months of rep grinding, until we had completed nearly all of the vanilla reps and Burning Crusade reps. Obviously, in this time, we had chatted about all kinds of things. Her boyfriend, my girlfriend, and music, amongst many other topics. And she had become my best WoW friend. Oh, Tubster. Chapter 2, the gig that never happened. So me and Tubby were very close at this point, and we were in the same 10-man raiding group of ICC. Everyone knew we hung out a lot within WoW and would make jokes about how we were having virtual sex in different locations. I would laugh and reply with the classic, "Nope, I'm too big for her." Oh, she wishes. I was the only person with a full copy of Fraps. I'll have you know, I have a full copy of Fraps. So I was the dude who would film the kills of bosses in raids, edit them and pass them on to Reinhelm to be posted on the guild website. I put the song Live Fast, Die Old by Frank Turner on our Rockface kill. Holmesy, a dwarf hunter, whispered me and asked what song it was because Tubster had told him to listen to it. I told him the name and then he went on to watch it. He then used Tubby's real name in chat with me. I asked, "How do you know her name?" Fearing I was just another virtual schlong for her to chat to. It turned out that Holmesy was her dad. God damn. Wow. No, are you fucking Tubster? I'm her dad. Alright. Well, that didn't go as planned. I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go, "Hey, you fucking this girl?" Oh, God. Obviously, I shat myself and was worried about any comments I might have said which may have annoyed him. Yeah, such as, "You're too big for her," and "She wishes." Yeah, maybe he did notice that. It turns out he didn't really mind and was really chilled out about the whole situation. Cool dad, eh? I suppose. I sent Tubby a copy of the whole album, which contained the song from the Kill video. Oh, musical love. She loved the band. Her birthday was coming up, and I had started to get quite the nerd boner over her. So I manned up and brought me and her one ticket to see Frank Turner at the Concord Theatre in Brighton. When I told her about the birthday surprise, she said that she lived really far away, 226 miles away, and she would most likely not be able to go. If you're going to buy tickets for someone over the internet, ask where they live. I'm just saying, ask her where she lives. It's important to know before you go spending money. I'm just saying. That's alright. Yeah, absolutely. He's there with his nerd boy. He's like, I'm still going to come and get you. So, I did the only thing a horny WoW player would do. Added her to the good book. No concert? Then it's time for the good book. Am I right? Step 2, baby. Step 2. Chapter 3, 10 out of 10. After adding her on the good book, I realised this girl was a red-hot smoking babe. I upped my in-game combos with her and started to slightly stalk her. Slightly. Not even sorry. It was totally worth it, in brackets. I got her number from her and started texting. We texted for a month. Not an hour went by of my 18th year alive that I didn't text her. After a few weeks of this, she agreed that she would in fact come and stay with me for a week, and we would see that gig together. Oh yeah. And my game is so strong that I got her to break up with her fella and got her to stay with me after not even meeting each other before in a physical sense. Baller. I've got a feeling this ends really badly. The days were ticking down and the date was finally approaching, and I would plunge my sword of righteousness into her cabin of time. A bro fist for that. One day though, Tubby whispered me and told me that she was worried about the GM Reinhelm. He was drunk on vent the night before and asked about Tubby, an 18-year-old which hand she fapped with. Excuse me. Tubby. Tubby. Question. Which hand do you jerk off with? I know that sounds kind of weird, but let's just... Come on. We all do it. Don't we, Tubby? Don't we? Because it's important. It's important we know which hand. Reinhelm was in his late 30s. Reinhelm, you're a dirty git, by the way. She had also told me that another warrior, by the name of Eladria, had sent her a dick pic. Eladria, what are you doing? I was outraged! My sexy WoW girlfriend had suddenly become the target of the other, more experienced penises in the guild to harass. But your penis has had so much more experience than my flaccid, useless cock. And this offends me, sir. Your giant and steely manhood offends me. It offends me. If she was coming down to mine, who else had she been to? How many dicks has she sucked? It turns out, none. But I was still worried out of my balls. Big question. Chapter 4, I'm in, and then so suddenly I'm out. So after a massive 226-mile travel, she was finally in front of me. Like a jade in the sand, I had her. First thing we did when we first met was, boom, banged it. You fucking know it, preach. I took her down like a champion of Azeroth I am, and it was great. Yeah, no fucking around. Let's get the tension over with. Let's get it out of the way, because we're going to be spent all day thinking when we're going to slip each other the bean. Let's get it done now, and then we can have a good old day. We spent the week together playing WoW at my flat and hanging out together. WoW and sex. Doing it right. I decided that I was in love. It's official. I'm in love. After just 1 week. What a tit. So I took a week off from work and I followed her back like a horny orc after that sweet blood elf ass. I met her dad and spent another good week up in Cornwall with her. Whilst in Cornwall, I logged onto her vent, went into the same chat room as Eladria and Reinhelm and called them both a pair of fucking pervy dorks. You're a dork. Shots fired. Such a burn. And told them that we are now together. I would obviously not be a part of this strange guild if this is how it was going to carry on. Reinhelm told me to fuck off and said he'd been trying to crack into her pants for almost a year now. And you fucked it all up. They had a 1-year game going. Reinhelm had a 1-year game going. And he's just come and fucked it up. Just come and fucked it up. Little did he know that I had been talking into the microphone, but I didn't have headphones on. Both Tubby and her dad didn't appreciate this comment. I then unloaded a hurricane of insults and we had an good old-fashioned vent argument, which resulted in us 3 leaving the guild. When 3 of your 10-core raiders, leaving 1 being a tank and another a healer, you know your guild is pretty fucked. Summary. Firstly, Preach, I would like to thank you as I am now 21 and in another happy relationship, so it didn't work out. Bummer. But this was a great way for me to put this story onto paper and come to terms with it all. Sadly, like most relationships, mine and Tubby's relationship did come to an end. After she broke up with me after 9 months. 9 months. What does that remind me of? 9 months. Weird. Because I was going away to uni and couldn't be trusted. Apparently. I was heartbroken and didn't really build myself up again until about 10 months ago. But now my life is awesome and I'm in with the love of my life who doesn't play WoW, so I can't give her an in-game name, but we'll call her Sexual Chocolate. Now I write this story as a warning to your audience, who may be young or old, that sometimes the special friend you meet on WoW should always remain just a friend. You had 9 months out of it, I don't agree with that, but at the end of the day, I lost one of my greatest online friends. Just because I wanted a bit of sex. Was it a bit or a lot after 9 months? Just gotta say. Sometimes an online buddy should just remain just that. As even to this day, I think back and remember the great times WoW gave us. A brofist to you all. You all fucking rock. 9 months? I'm okay with it. 9 months of sex? That's alright. What, over a guild? Come on. It's fine. And that does indeed speedily bring us to the end of Drama Friday. In which case I have to leave rather quickly as I've got duties to attend to. That is us done live. Well, me done live anyway, till Monday. On Monday morning, we'll be rocking some Sim City. I feel that I should ask you to join us. The WoW videos we made over the weekend, so you'll see them then. A goodbye from me, a goodbye from Emma. Say goodbye. Bye. A goodbye from our unborn child and our pair of lovely dogs. Say hello. Come here, Mabel. Say hello to Mabel. We're looking after her for a week. And Lady Ben. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for a great show and a great week. I will see you on Monday.
Really?
Bye.